Radio Times. This is us, and we love gaming. I knew you'd love that.
Gaming.
AI is simply a tool. It's like a hammer. I can take my hammer and build you a house. I can take my hammer and break your kneecaps. I'm the one wielding the hammer.
Yeah, and I actually specialise in playing men, just so you know, yeah?
Being in Mass Effect 3 changed my life.
If people couldn't be bothered to write it, why should we be interested in listening to it?
What is TIVA and why is it so important?
It's a good question.
Thank
Aliona?
you.
She's a diva.
Now, TIVA is
TIVA is audiobooks in a different way. First off, we're paying the actors all a fair share. Like, everyone gets a chunk of the revenue, and it's completely community funded. Like, we don't have any external investors, no corporate sponsors or anything. No, this audiobook is sponsored by dubious company number one. No, this is entirely by the community, for the community.
Don't throw it to me. Throw it to someone else.
Go on, Jane Perry.
Jane Perry.
BAFTA winner Jane Perry.
BAFTA winner Jane
Call
Perry.
her by her full name.
I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but it's a good thing.
TIVA stands for True Indie Voice Art. It is an initiative where we bring truly independent voice art to life.
Oh, look at
It's basically my understanding of it is that it's really honoring actors and voice. Thank you for holding that. I can hold it, but I like you holding it.
Thanks, Jane Perry.
Yeah, it's there's so many middle organizations, if you will, who are taking a cut of what we do, and I think TIVA is part of its thing is just creating art that people can enjoy directly. It's not going through these different channels.
All these lovely people are a part of it. I'm so glad they are. And we're crowdfunded via Patreon, and everyone who joins, they can be assured the money will go straight to the talent. Not to like 90% to some sponsors or anything.
Ready for this? Na. TIVA is an acronym for True Indie Voice Art. True Indie Voice Art. True Indie Voice Art. True Indie Voice Art. I got it.
Well done. Well done. Eloquently described by Jane, butchered by us.
The contents that they give us, that they provide for us, is safe. We will never generate their voices. We will never do anything without their consent. We just won't do it. And we also give them 23% of the profits made from the product, which is what TIVA is releasing today, which is these 2 audiobooks.
And it's because for centuries, actors have been looked at as no better than a prostitute, that kind of thing.
One important fact there, to build on what Emma's saying. Thank you, hon. The video game industry, globally, not many people know this, but the video game industry is worth more than the entirety of the global film industry and the global music industry combined. The whole of film, the whole of music, video games generate more revenue than both of those industries combined. So we can be paid fairly and we can be treated correctly. There is no reason not to do this other than will.
Well, and it's precedent also. I mean, one of the first games I did was a game called Metal Gear Solid, and that game made we were paid as actors. I think I got about $600 for 2 sessions. That we did it in a very kind of a bootstrap way, and so about $1,200 total. And the game made $170-some million. And then, but if that had been an indie film where that had happened, my pay on the first game would never have changed. But the subsequent iterations would have been a much different payday, but because it was a game, they were not.
When Alix approached me, which one of the things she said was that we will all be supporting each other. So we're all pulling our resources together and kind of supporting each other rather than being pitted against each other, which usually tends to happen quite often in this industry. So it's not a question of competing with each other, it's kind of finding a way that we can all work together in order to bring this project to light, which I thought is such a refreshing, it happens anyway, but she kind of taps into that, and I was like, great, we do this anyway between us, now let's make it work.
Of course, all of you have played so many incredible roles, and all of the people involved with TIVA have played so many incredible roles. Is there one role that one of the other members of the cast has played that you've seen and thought, I really wish I had got to play that role.
What I will say is that everyone here is so iconic and so individual. I think it would be foolish to ever go, I could have done that, because everyone is top of their game, brilliant. I mean, hello, BAFTA winner Jane Perry. But yeah, and we've got Jennifer Hale. No, I wouldn't go near those roles because they are so cemented and so bloody fantastic. But I think that's the joy of doing what we do, is that we don't know what role we're going to play next, and whether that's going to be similar to roles we played before or completely different. And both of those things require different, have different challenges, and what makes it so exciting. We literally could be playing an alien next week. You know what I mean? And that's the joy of video games as well, and being an actor in games. So no, because yeah, as I say, why would you even bother? I
can't imagine any of their work being anyone else. It
No,
just lives
I
so
totally
beautifully
agree.
through them.
I
You know
totally
what
agree.
I mean?
Good answer.
Yeah, I mean,
I could steal that.
Yeah.
I could have had a
Comparing
crack at
yourself.
Shadowheart. In fact, I did though. At the because you auditioned for it. Did I show you? I
Yeah,
showed you.
it wasn't
It's
that great.
So bad. No, wasn't that great is an understatement. It was shocking. I'm actually surprised I sent that tape in. It's really, it will never see the light of day.
Mine is worse though, right?
I'd say you two were on a par.
How did you play her?
Badly.
Well, how did you? Because mine was
Did
really
you
like,
audition for Shadowheart?
nervous Shadowheart.
One person that didn't
I
audition for
hired a
Shadowheart.
couple,
Not yet.
and they gave me really weird advice.
Oh God, I remember.
I was like turning into the
Yes,
scene.
I remember you
Yeah,
saying.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very misguided.
So we could have had a crack, but it would have been not very good.
Slay in your lane, bitches.
Slay in your lane, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Jen was perfect for it.
Yeah. Do your laser, Jen.
I'm an angry green goblin.
She doesn't have a phlegm problem.
Sometimes she does.
Do your shadow art.
I'm God's favourite princess.
Why am I not an old
You
lady?
didn't pick them by hand really well.
You didn't pick them by hand, did you? They were deadly poisonous. Joking.
Why am I insufferable?
I can't do
what
the
is
Jen
that?
voice. Do you know it's so hard to do someone's voice?
Yeah, casting is exists for a reason.
We love casting. No, seriously, but actually there is something to be said. I was just working on a project that has nothing to do with gaming, and I looked around and I was like, oh wow, casting has really done their job here.
Yeah.
And I had a newfound appreciation for it, because it's such a really hard job, and the fact that
The way you're doubling down on love for casting directors now.
I love casting directors. It's basically what I'm trying to say, is that I love casting directors. No, but I did have that moment, and it's. I don't think you always have that moment on projects, but for Baldur's Gate specifically, and the thing that I was just working on, I was like, I just had this light bulb moment of like, nobody else could have played those roles, and that's when you know you have something special.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind being your part, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I just think I'm too old.
No, you would have bodied it.
But I'm a voice actor, innit? So I can just do
Exactly.
it. I can just make it work, you know.
I could always change the script for you.
Yeah, please.
There you go.
Get rid of
Rewrite it
her,
now.
please. You can play me.
Okay.
yeah.
How did you guys all become part of it? What drew you to the project?
Well, number one, it's such a refreshing idea. We're living in a world right now that is all about greed, and kindness and fairness is looked on like a dirty word right now.
The truth is, and I mean this in all caps, follow the money. The money can be used to uplift us all rather than simply enrich a few. And if we enrich a few, we've all read history, we know where that goes. Do we really want to play with the next iteration of a guillotine? Or do we want to try to go to the next level of humanity and invention and see what's possible for us if we truly support each other?
Can I come in there?
Please
Am I meant to be speaking into the mic? Yeah, good. I think it's also about generally just respecting acting as a profession, and actually having respect for the arts across the board. And unfortunately in the world, the arts is so heavily put upon. It's the first thing to be cut in funding. It's the first thing to go in schools. And it's about having respect for the acting craft, and rather than treating us as tenner penny or anybody can do that, because not everybody can do what we do.
And you feel sometimes in this world that, it doesn't matter what we do, we're doomed. But, you know, in Jamaica we have a saying, we say, every mickle make a muckle. So it doesn't matter how small we have to do, you know.
So Alix Wilton Regan, who is our amazing director and executive producer, she knows a lot of us from other games, other things she's done with us, just from real life. She's personally my mentor, and she's actually the reason why and how I became a voice actor, because her whole ethos is about platforming people, and especially women of color, non-binary people, who need to find a leg up in this industry that feels incredibly exclusive. It feels really, really challenging, especially when there aren't a lot of roles out there. And from what I've gathered, this set of stories in particular was presented as something that was far beyond the scope of someone as amazing as herself, but she realized she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it alone. And so with that, she turned outwards, as she is wont to do, and thought to herself, who best to do this project with me, and sought out some of the best talent out there, some of whom are with me right now, to voice these other characters, and she found us places in these stories, and found not only like ethnicity appropriate actors, but also she allowed us to break the boundaries of even gender with a lot of these characters and a lot of these roles, knowing that we have the skill and the strength to embody pretty much anyone in these stories and these frameworks. And that's what's so incredible about her and what her and Tom have done together.
I hope it will open up like another path to people to see that we can cut out the middleman, like you said. People can be paid fairly for their work. Same like with Spotify, how poorly the artists get paid for the streams. It's insane. And it's time to start finding alternative ways to create art, tell stories, even like music, audiobooks, all those things, without corporations taking the hugest cut of the projects, when it's the people who are the creatives who are getting screwed over from that.
And there's this drive too to you know, remove the artist altogether and replace the artist with artificial intelligence.
AI is simply a tool, and I say this all the time. It's like a hammer. I can take my hammer and build you a house. I can take my hammer and break your kneecaps. I'm the one wielding the hammer. I'm the one making the choices.
She's not breaking anyone's kneecaps, by the way.
Not today. I will see.
And I think that's why this sort of thing is super important to, you know, for people to be able to enjoy the product, the stories that we're telling, and then to meet the people who are telling those stories and to develop relationships with us as actors. I think in the age of AI, you know, that human beings are really important, but I think when you don't get to see the human being behind the voice, it's maybe harder for people to appreciate how meaningful that is to have humans telling stories. We don't want to lose that.
One of the things that the AI changes have caused to happen in the community that I see is people are getting much more business aware, much more aware of technology and its impact upon them, and much more proactive by necessity in protecting their sound or their, you know, their image, whatever piece of them might be the one that's out in the working world. But really what we need in AI is very simple. We just need protection that allows us to have control over where our voices are used or our faces, consent to the use of our sound or our image, and compensation for that use. You know, I wouldn't, if AI technology was such that I could watch my plumber do something and then steal what he knows and take all his work from him, everybody would pretty much universally go, you know what, you can't do that. That's not okay. And it's the same for us. And we are truly, we in the entertainment industry are simply the canaries in the coal mine for AI. It's coming to all of our doors.
No one wants their work stolen and regurgitated into a hollow mess. And that is what we're currently under the threat of. And I think the strength and solidarity we have is in knowing and understanding that even though there are settings where we're pitted against each other, there is something really, really unique about what we all do individually. And strength in numbers is what will conquer all in anything that's happening out there right now. But with the threat of AI in particular, it's making people uncomfortable and aware of the importance of artists. Because I think people want to laugh in the face of it all.
And when you have something as awful as, COVID or, a pandemic, what's the first thing people turn to? It's the arts.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have music, you wouldn't have painting, you wouldn't have streaming, you wouldn't have what we're doing today without it. But it's the last thing to be treated with respect.
It's also just nonsensical to think that a machine's going to be able to do what we can do. They can't. You're stealing things and washing it over, and it could never compare to the gravitas and the depth of performances that even the people here have managed to give, not just with this project, but things that they're known for, things that they're winning awards for.
We relate to, apart from stories, we relate to people. We relate to the people behind the stories, and we relate to the people behind the character. So no matter what happens, like for example, like how you said, like Alix for you was an inspiration. So yes, you know her through her work, but essentially it is the person, it is the ethos, it is what they all stand for, it's how you live your life, and like this is what we relate to more than anything else. So, and I mean, I don't know, I hope that AI was never going to be able to take this away, because this is a fundamentally human thing.
Maybe I should elaborate on my background, because I'm not a producer by trade. I originally come from the programming environment, and their AI is taking over just as much. But we look into those machines and we call it AI, but it isn't actually intelligent. Like, it's literally just autocomplete. And seriously, who wants to read a book that was compiled by autocomplete? And who wants to do the same for pictures or for voices? Because if people couldn't be bothered to write it, why should we be interested in listening to it? Same goes for journalists too. I mean, why would we bother reading journalism that was generated by a machine rather than you people actually talking to people?
Good point. You're getting a good write-up.
We are ultimately responsible for the consequences of our choices, and we make a million tiny choices a day. Like, I never chose to participate in the AI art thing that was going on social media because it just didn't feel right to me personally. Other people made their own choices, and I have no judgment about that. I can simply mind my own situation. So we're responsible for that. The other thing is that there's a lot of othering going on out there. You versus me, us versus them, humans versus AI. I think my personal view is we need to stop all that and look at partnership. How do we partner with this technology in a way that uplifts us all?
And I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, and it's an all-female team. Yeah. There are actually no men apart from you, the creator.
And they've all got fantastic voices. You're not sitting there thinking, oh, it's a woman voicing a man. Stephen Fry famously voiced the whole of the Harry Potter series. All of the characters, men, women, children, everyone in between, and it works wonderfully. So we did the same.
Yeah, and I actually specialise in playing men, just so you know, yeah? Carry on.
When Alix approached me, which one of the things she said was that we will all be supporting each other. So we're all pulling our resources together and kind of supporting each other rather than being pitted against each other, which usually tends to happen quite often in this industry. So it's not a question of competing with each other, it's kind of finding a way that we can all work together in order to bring this project to light, which I thought is such a refreshing... It happens anyway, but she kind of taps into that, and I was like, great, we do this anyway between us, now let's make it work.
It's really interesting that you touch on that, because there does seem to be like a real camaraderie between voice actors at the minute. And
Now let me stop you right there.
Do it, Queen.
Well, actually, I don't know Jane's preference. Jane, do you prefer being called an actor or a voice actor? Or do you not mind?
An actor. I like being called an actor who works in video games
Yeah.
and other things that require a voice.
Well, no, I was just going to start with that.
Do it.
We prefer being called actors because we, for Baldur's Gate, we were all in it. Obviously, we did full motion capture, performance capture, and some actors like being called voice actors, but we just feel it's a bit reductive.
Wait, Jen, have you spoken for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. The other reason for that is because I think we all trained, what's it called? The kind of training that we've done? Not theatre training. Classical, in acting. And we've found success in video games. And that also a lot of the time will require motion capture, and I directed motion capture. So when people are called, like, especially Baldur's Gate cast, when they're called the voice actors, I'm like, I mocap directed on that. if it was just voice, then I wasn't there, and I was.
Mel, I want to ask you specifically, when you were in Assassin's Creed, I think there was quite a lot of talk about like the female protagonist, and for some reason that is controversial. How important is it for you to have played such a role and for it to have been so well received as, I guess, a female role in perhaps a male-dominated series?
I mean, I'm definitely not. I mean, Cassandra was not the first female protagonist in video games, but I think could have been the closest one that was not really regarded through a male gaze. So in that respect, it was something that was quite different. And of course, it was incredibly important to offer players the possibility to be able to, because you're spending like 200, 300, 400 hours with this character. You live through them, you relate to them, you find qualities of their character that you think, oh, this is very much like my own, or, oh, they're solving this problem in a way that I would like to be able to solve this problem. You end up really, really relating to these characters. So if you don't have characters that you can relate to, you feel excluded. And the whole point is to find more narratives and more stories that include people of every single possible background and configuration. So it meant a great deal.
Ali, it's now been, 8 years since Mass Effect Andromeda, I think?
I'm not counting.
People still love it. People still love Mass Effect. People want more Mass Effect. How would you feel about having the chance to go back and do more of it?
Jennifer and Alex turn around and watch very carefully. Go on, Ali.
Given the chance, I think any one of us would love to take that call and get back into that pool of incredible talent, incredible writing, incredible stories. When my family was asking a bit about, sorry guys, rookie move. When my family was asking more about what I do for a living now, outside of television and film and theater, explaining to them voiceover in general, explaining to them video games, and explaining to my parents that it's sort of like the choose your own ending books that I used to read as a child. And that's what I really loved about the Mass Effect series, was it really was choose your own ending. You could play the game so many times, so many different ways. And to this day, people come to my table at different Comic-Con events and say, I just played it again, and this time. And it's the coolest feeling, to know that. So I think any one of us would be so happy to join that team all over again.
Absolutely.
Sure. Being in Mass Effect 3 changed my life and brought the Inquisitor to me. Even though I'd done Dragon Age 1 and 2. But that really, playing Sam Trainer proved that I could take on the lead role of the Inquisitor for Dragon Age Inquisition. And, the first person I met was Ali at a con, who took me under her wing with Courtney Taylor and was like, this is what she does. She's really good. And then I met, and then I met Jen, and Jen took me under her wing. And I think it would have been amazing to do a full 3 games, all of us together. So actually something to build on and aspire to for the future,
all
guys.
All of us in a game.
It's all
together.
of us in a game. We've got 16 great actors involved in this. Yeah. So,
Watch this space.
Watch this space, guys.
Because, gaming, I have to ask The Witcher. What was The Witcher like?
Oh, mental. There's just something about fighting on a set that's on fire with a wig that goes down your entire back, and everyone's in armor, and Henry Cavill's over there in leather, or Liam Hemsworth is over there in leather and we're just doing the thing, and I'm there with these amazing group of women with different aesthetics and different powers, and with me especially, they were oh, you're really physically quite capable. So they made me a combat mage. And it's a detail that I don't think a lot of people picked up on. They made Kira Metz a martial arts mage essentially. And I was just there literally kicking butt with Geralt, which was so cool. That was just unreal. And because obviously I was a fan of the books and the games as well, it was just such an insane place to be in. Every day I was on set, I was just why am I here? They should throw me out. Yeah, it was cool.
Emma, you have recently, or I guess not recently now, in my mind it's still very recent, you played Minthara in Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry to say that when I first played Baldur's Gate, I did accidentally kill you.
Here we go.
I pushed
The excuses come out.
I've played another one. I didn't kill you, but the first time I did push you in a hole. So sorry.
Rude.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I do feel bad about it. But she's because she sort of starts out as a baddie, she has kind of a level of complexity that even for that game is quite far ahead of some of the other characters, because she has that sort of two-sided nature. How was it for you to play that role and have such a multifaceted character?
Absolutely fantastic. And I love the fact that all of the characters in Baldur's Gate 3 have something very, very wrong with them, or traumatic, or evil, or inverted commas, whatever. But her story is rather unique, I think, because... Well, it is unique. You can't have rather unique. It either is or isn't. It is unique because she's a very vulnerable character, actually, because when you first meet her, she's brainwashed, of course. So you're not actually meeting the real her. And in fact, one of the first things she says when the player rescues her is, why did you do that to the Grove if they've gone down that route? I wouldn't have done that. I would have killed me, not them. And that makes her whole journey with Orin and Ketheric and the betrayal by them, Orin, who was a mentor to her, all the more heartbreaking and abhorrent. And the betrayal is so hurtful to her that the only recourse of action she has is to seek revenge, for which she needs the party, needs the player. So she's very vulnerable on the surface world. She can't go home. She'll be killed immediately. She has nobody. And I think what's wonderful is when people go back, and like you were saying, I have people who come to me at table at cons saying, at first I killed her, and then, oh my gosh, I played her and her story's amazing. She's so vulnerable, she's so passionate, she's so warm and caring and lovely, as well as being evil. And, so she's a beautifully complex character, and it was a great honour to play her, actually. She's very dear to my heart. I'm quite defensive over her, as you can tell. But like Jen, it was wonderful to be given such an extraordinary role, and to, because again, I've been doing this for a very long time, played all sorts of different roles and things, but she was, again, that was 5 years of my life as well, playing that part, because it took a long time to make Baldur's Gate 3, and I think it massively paid off for everybody involved.
With Mocap,
Yes.
do you ever find is it ever weird watching like the final product and being like, that's me, but it's not?
Yeah, what's super weird is how much I can identify myself and other people. Like Josh Witchard, who's also in Baldur's Gate, he's the voice of Tav 1 and he did a lot of mocap on it. In the Barbie movie, I know when it's him, but it is they've replaced like a Ken doll on him, not the dolls, but I mean the rig. But you can really see someone's movement, or like how they sit, and almost their personality in that. It's quite fascinating. Or other people who mocapped on Baldur's Gate, I know when it's them, or I know if I've directed them as well, because there's certain things. It's that thing where we take in a lot of information through body language, but you don't realize it at the time. And when I'm watching my mocap or someone else, I'm like, you really do. People have their unique ways of moving.
I also wanted to add to that it finally clicked for me what the reason why so many people say we look like our characters, especially for me at the beginning. They'd be like, oh my God, you really look like Lae'zel. And I was like, really? Okay. But I realized it's because of the movement thing. It's the movements that's reminding people of me, not necessarily the fact that I look like a green alien with big ears or whatever. So it's definitely that, I think. And the breaths and and then when people see you on social media in real life and the gestures, I mean, obviously we're acting, so we're not necessarily, my gestures aren't going to be like Lae'zel's, but I think there's something in that that makes people identify and recognize you.
Yeah. That's why I say, like, part of the success of Baldur's Gate is that every character was mocapped bar the animals, so it just brings us another extra level of humanity to those characters that AI could never replace.
Jen, you have, as you said, you've worked in the industry for so long. You've had so many incredible roles over the years. If you had to pick just one that stands out the most, that you love the most, what would it be?
You may not like my answer because I'm not picking one. For me, the thing I love the most about my career is the variety I have had and continue to have in my career. I've done everything from, crazy 6-year-olds on a Cartoon Network show to Spore Mold to Commanders Saving the Universe to, non-binary, like all the things. I love the variety. I love that I've never gotten shoved in a box. That is the thing that I'm so deeply grateful for. That and the fact that I'm still working and keep working and love my work.
I have to ask as well, who's going to be the next Doctor?
I didn't know.
Funnily enough, that's the answer I was expecting.
Oh, no, really? Oh.
Yeah. Well, I assume that people can't say anything, but that's fine.
Watch
I have
this
to
space,
ask.
though.
But I feel like you could pretend to be me. If you got rid of the mustache,
Okay.
we could maybe swap.
Okay.
Like, and maybe
keep that in mind.
straighten your hair a bit.
Yeah.
And I'll...
You've got great hair, by the way.
You do, and a
Thank
great
you.
mustache.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do love a good mustache, and yours is really killing it.
This is one of the best interviews I've ever done.
So maybe we can swap roles.
Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
I also think you're wearing your colours.
I think so too. I've been thinking that.
Yeah.
We've had our
Autumnal.
colour analysis.
Yeah, you're
done.
really
Okay.
you're wearing your colours.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. This
Linda
is
would
great.
approve.
Never had such an ego boost in an interview.
And gold jewellery is right for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my god, it just gets better. This is going to be. Oh my god, you guys are getting a great write up.
Thank you, Radio Times Does Gaming.
Fabulous. Wow. Thank you so much for chatting with us. It's been something.
Were we as good as Jennifer Hale?
I'm not. No comment.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Thank you. Wonderful
Thank you.
questions. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Because without you, we don't get to do this.
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely
much.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radio Times Does Gaming.
80% of the job.
We love casting. If there is to be a live action Baldur's Gate, we wouldn't mind being in that.
Yeah, I'll play a squirrel.
Jane is
Babe,
the perfect
Set
mistress.
yourself up a bit.
Seth,
Pleasure.
the tiefling.
Pleasure.
Who else could I do?
I think it's time to cut this interview.
Yeah.